Compared to the industrialised Buck Mill, an early medieval mill would have used very basic technology and would have looked something like this. Built largely from timber, all that's likely to remain of it are fragments of wood or traces of post holes. So Matt and his team are sifting the clay for any possible fragments of mill they can date. While Mick and Stuart's early medieval mill remains a rather wild theory, thankfully we do have a real mill that we're excavating. Phil hasn't stopped digging into the wheel pit at Buck Mill since he uncovered a section of water wheel.
Oh, Martin, come and have a look at this. It's getting quite a lot of this wheel now.
Oh, you've got a lot more showing now than yesterday.
Well, that's right. You see, I mean, yesterday, if you remember, we started to expose the wheel over there, but now we're away from the wall. Look, you've got a nice run of the metal wheel running right down in under my feet, and we're beginning to get these spokes going right through. It's going to be fascinating.
You've exposed so much more of this now that I can see that my initial thoughts weren't quite right.
In what way?
I was thinking that it was a brush shot wheel turning that way.
Ah.
And now, as you can see from the way the buckets are, it turned that way, didn't it? It's an overshot wheel. The water must have come over the top. They could only be filled on the downside.
Well, you can actually see that here because of the curvature of this bucket here. Forgive my ignorance, but what difference does it make which way round the wheel goes?
Well, in a way, the direction doesn't matter too much. It's where the water comes onto it. The fact the water's coming on the top and it's an overshot wheel means it's the best solution. It's the most powerful, it's the most efficient type of wheel you could have.
So is that really upping the status and power of this mill?
Yeah, I think we're putting it up where I'd like to see it, really. It points to this being an older site with an overshot wheel.
So this final phase of Buck Mill is both older and grander than we first thought. And Martin says he can tell us exactly how powerful it was by crunching the numbers from its measurements.
Old money, 3'6", new money, 1.07.
Hello, my name's John Gator. Time Team is fan-funded by Patreon. This vital support helps us to make new episodes. Joining Patreon gives you access to exclusive interviews, 3D models and masterclasses, plus lots more.